Welcome back to the Hot Pot of Coffee podcast, the only place on the internet where you can snort Cinnabons off a stripper's asshole and we won't judge you. Isn't that right, Amanda?
I will 100% judge you.
I won't judge you. How do you snort Cinnabons? You can snort you can't because you're gluten intolerant.
I'm not gluten intolerant.
Oh.
That is a fake disease.
So your disease is fake?
No. Having gluten intolerance is fake.
What are you?
I have celiac disease.
You have a disease. So, but you're not diseased to the frosting, right? You've had Cinnabon frosting, right?
Yes.
But how? Because you can't. It's
because I've had Cinnabons before.
What?
I was diagnosed when I was 17. I had 17 years of eating normal food.
So what? Before that, you were just like wondering why every time you ate gluten, you had diarrhea?
No, I didn't have diarrhea. I just felt like shit constantly.
Felt like shit. Get it? Sorry. So guys, we are recording this, and if I sound any different, it's because once again, Brad is always upgrading the studio. And
because
always,
Brad has a problem.
This studio,
he gets upset with me with my shopping addiction, and then he goes and buys like $200 equipment.
I think this studio is up to like a few grand now.
Oh my god!
Yeah, our setup is probably a few grand, but it started low. Like we started off with a snowball white mic that was like $100 at Best Buy, and we're 43 episodes in now, and so I just redid all new shock mounts, and I'm putting in all new steel mesh pop filters.
This is so exciting.
It is super exciting. It is super exciting. And if I sound any different, it's because my mic is actually differently oriented now and all that. So
you sound the same.
Hello.
Still sound the same.
So we are shooting this podcast oddly at 10 a.m. On a weekend on Saturday. Is it Saturday? Mm-hmm. Okay. So we have to, our flight takes off in 3 hours. So if this podcast is a little shorter than usual, that's why we have to go catch an airplane. We have to leave here in an hour and a half and finish packing. So we, like we said in the previous podcast, we are going to Seattle. Well, not really. We're flying into Seattle.
Well, we're staying in Seattle.
We're sleeping in Seattle. Well, the outskirts.
It's SeaTac. It's Seattle.
Anyway, so we're going to be in Seattle for literally not even 48 hours.
Nope.
No, not even 36 hours.
That's like, I feel like that's every time I visit Seattle. That's what's happened. Because last year I flew to Seattle for 36 hours to drink coffee, and then I flew back because I had a free voucher for Alaskan Airlines. So
what we're doing is we're going to Seattle. We're getting there tonight around 5, and then tomorrow we have, what time's the wedding start?
It's like at 4 or something.
Which means we have to leave at probably 1, like 1 or 2. We've got a 2-hour drive up to the middle of nowhere. We got the wedding. Then the wedding probably gets done around 9 or 10. Mm-hmm. But it's a 2-hour drive back. And then, so assuming we're back at our Airbnb at like midnight, mm-hmm. then we have to be at the airport because our boarding is at 4:30 in the morning.
We ain't sleeping tomorrow.
And then we get on a plane. We land in Phoenix at 8 a.m., 8:30 a.m. And then I have to be to work pretty much right after.
Yep.
Fuck.
And
this is going to suck dick.
I work the 1 to 9 shift on Monday.
Yeah, at least you get a fucking nap.
Maybe.
So, wow. Yeah.
It's going to be a day.
This is going to be no fun whatsoever. Shit.
It will be so much fun.
I guess I could sleep on the plane, but I don't know. Now I have anxiety.
Oh my god. Let's not focus about that.
Okay. I have some shit we're gonna play a game at the wedding, but I've
Are
so
we?
much to talk about first. Yeah, it's gonna be a wholesome game. Don't worry about it.
Okay.
But first thing I want to talk about, because we were just listening to the This Might Get Weird podcast, and they reminded me of something that I wanted to tell you about. So you heard them talking about Crawl.
Yeah.
Do you remember the trailer for that movie?
Yeah, it was stupid.
Okay, guess what it got on Rotten Tomatoes?
50.
A 90% by critics.
No.
People said it's like one of the best summer like thriller flicks ever because it's so well produced and it's so well acted and like thought out that it's actually amazing.
It looks so dumb though.
Oh,
I
it's
hate
super
those
dumb.
kind of movies.
Yeah, well,
Like Lake Placid, so stupid. Deep Blue Sea, so stupid.
okay, don't talk shit about Deep Blue Sea, okay?
I will talk shit about Deep
Wasn't
Blue
Samuel L.
Sea.
Jackson Deep Blue Sea?
I don't remember.
Who? Maybe I'm thinking a different movie, but I just remember the animatronics for the sharks. Or was it animatronics or was it? It looked like shit. It was terrible.
It was from like the 90s or early 2000s. It was awful.
What other movie would I think? Oh, Blue Crush. That's what I thought of when you
I
said.
fucking love Blue Crush.
Of course, you love Blue Crush. Blue Crush is just the movie Laguna Beach.
What?
Yeah,
No,
it's just
it's
Laguna
not.
Beach, the movie.
No, it's not. It's not a bunch of high school kids. They're adults and they surf. No one in Laguna Beach surfed. They're all a bunch
Okay.
of white kids that play water polo.
First of all, I don't care how old they were. No one in Blue Crush was an adult. It was the dumbest movie ever.
No, it wasn't. That was a good movie. What are you talking about?
What was the synopsis of that movie again? Like, what's the big thing that happens?
She's a surfer.
Yeah, and they don't let them on the beach. Like, hey, bro, get off our beach, eh? Oh, wait.
Do you
they're not.
realize they're Hawaiian and that happens all the time, right?
Anyway, keep going. But what's the big, like, thing? I don't remember. All I remember is that one scene where the bitch is in her bikini and she's running on the bottom of the ocean with that rock in her hand.
That's like the beginning of the movie. I
That's
feel like
all I
you
remember.
just saw the
Oh,
first.
and I remember something about, like, she sneaks the guy into a hotel because she's a maid.
She doesn't sneak him into the hotel.
Oh.
He is at the hotel.
He's at the hotel and he sneaks her in as a guest or something.
Well, he doesn't sneak.
She doesn't want her, like, friends
She
to
gets
know.
fired from the hotel for telling off one of the football players.
Yeah, because he left a condom full of jizz in the...
It was just like vomit and poop everywhere, and she was like, "I ain't cleaning this shit," and then she like told him off, and then she
I
got
remember
fired.
that.
Yeah,
Yeah, she told...
and she's a wild card for pipe masters, and so she's like trying to train for the pipe masters.
Pipe Masters.
Oh my god,
Sounds like a porn.
it's not.
Welcome to Pipe
It's
Masters.
a huge surfing competition.
Well, Pipe Dream is the name of a company who makes pocket pussies. So Pipe Masters are the people, that's the job title of the people who make the pocket pussies.
Pipeline is
I know what pipeline is. I'm just saying that's what a pipe master is.
no.
Pipe master is just a dude porn star who just lays down
so
pipe
annoyed.
like a motherfucker. Like,
Anyway.
like a plumber walks in. Are you a pipe master? He's like, yeah, but you don't know what he's talking about. Turns out he's a surfer, but you thought he was a porn star.
I wouldn't think that. I would immediately think he's a surfer.
How do we get on Blue Crush? Dude, speaking of dumb decision, so I had a dream last night. I got a hand tattoo.
That is a dumb decision.
You're not even. It was a hand tattoo, and it said Fender,
What?
like the guitar company. So it went from here to here on my hand. It was like it went from here, and then it had tribal going up my finger. And so, like, if you hold out your thumb, if you hold out your hand in front of you sideways, and like your thumb is facing down and your finger is facing out, the tattoo went from like halfway my thumb. It covered that whole area between the two bones in between your index finger and your thumb, and it said Fender. And then it had tribal tattoo going up my knuckle and stopped right above my knuckle, my index finger, and then went back onto my wrist. And
You would have to wear gloves every time you saw your grandparents.
the only thing my mom said to me was, "Oh, I thought you weren't going to get a hand tattoo." It's like not even that it says Fender on it. Like what the
it's the
fuck?
stupidest tattoo possible.
So that was my dream last night. Although I felt like I haven't slept in 2 days, and I don't know why. I'm getting terrible sleep. That's all
Wow.
I feel like shit. My eyes are like closing. I'm not going to sleep for...
They're not closing.
They're closing.
They're open.
Oh, okay. So more things. So things we watch, because let's stay on that for a second. So let's talk Stranger Things for a second.
Okay.
Okay. Spoiler
If you
alert.
haven't seen it already, too fucking bad.
Skip ahead like 5 minutes if you haven't seen it. I don't fucking know what to tell you. If you haven't seen it yet, you're that guy who's like, oh, I haven't seen Stranger Things. Should I watch it? Like, you're not gonna watch it.
I might.
I think this season was better than every season so far.
I don't think it was better than the first season.
I think it was way better than the first season, and like it's weird looking back. That's the thing about child actors, and
they grow so fast.
Did you fucking just say?
They do grow so fast. Like they're so much bigger.
Yeah, but that's not what I mean. I was gonna say like it's weird because you like most shows you can go back and rewatch, and it's like it's different when the person you're rewatching is like a baby. Like the kids are so fucking young. It's like weird. And I guarantee you on season 5 of Stranger Things, we're going to look back on season 3 and be like, what the fuck? They were so young. But it's kind of like the Harry Potter series. Like you go back and watch Harry Potter season 1.
Like,
season 1.
Season 1.
Harry Potter season 2 is my favorite. If you go back and watch Harry Potter 1, those kids are so fucking young.
They're babies.
Like literally in movie 8, in movie 8, you look at Hermione and you're like, damn. You know what I mean?
Uh-huh.
Yeah, like she's hot. What's her name? Emma
Really?
Watson.
What's her name? Get out of here.
Emma Watson?
Yes, Emma Watson.
She's like in movie 8, you're like, nice. But then you go back and watch movie 1 and you're like, I know what you turn into, but now I feel creepy.
Well, no, you can just look back and be like, oh, they're so cute. Like, they're so little.
She's so cute.
She's so
I want to fuck her in
cute.
7 years. It sounded really wrong.
Super. I don't find it weird because I also, like, I grew up, like, I was the same age as them. Like, so I don't know. I didn't have that.
No, yeah, I was the same age as them too. That's what I'm saying.
So
like,
even like when I had
everyone had a crush.
like when I had a crush on them when I was like younger, it was fine, and I kept growing up with them, and so it wasn't weird.
No, that's exactly. Yeah. But then you look back on the movie and you're like, I had a crush on this person when they were this young, and you're like, oh, but I was that young.
Yeah.
Like now, I don't look back on movie 1 and see Hermione Granger, and I'm like, ew, she looks like a fucking troll doll. And then the first movie they start to like actually look like adults is the one with the time turner.
The third movie.
Is that the third movie?
Yeah.
Where
they're only like 16 in that movie.
But that's when they actually start to look like people. And that's and movie 1's like, go back and watch Harry Potter 1 if you haven't. The movie's fine, like it's still fine writing and directing, but oh my god, it did not age well. The special effects look like absolute fucking trash.
No, so
the Quidditch match looks like someone did it on a green screen in their fucking bedroom.
They did, yeah.
It looks terrible. It's fucking embarrassing, but I'm sure like everything will look like that eventually.
Everything does look like that. Everything from like...
Yeah, Deep Blue Sea. Look at Deep Blue Sea.
Yeah, look at that.
Look at Jaws.
Jaws is a classic.
You can rewatch Jaws now and you're like, why are they running from a robotic shark? Like, obviously that thing's animatronic. It's not real. Stranger Things.
We got off on a tangent a little bit.
Yeah. You know, us pipe masters getting off on tangents. So basically, right as of now, the sheriff is gone. So
big spoiler alert.
I watched this movie YouTube video on like theories, and it turns out that at the end when they're knocking on that door and the Russians are like, oh, who's this? Like, no, not the American. Turns out people are saying that so there's two possibilities.
Yes.
Number one, it's Hopper.
Mm-hmm.
But the only way it's Hopper is if the following happened. So the Russians were also doing this experiment in Russia, and they were opening a portal in Russia. So the only way Hopper could have gotten there is because he couldn't have escaped.
I think he could have. There were a shit ton of Russians in there, and then all of a sudden when the Americans showed up, they were all gone.
True. But there's one way. The other way is if you look back, he looks into the portal at the last second and like stares into the portal and then looks back at her. And people are saying he jumped into the upside down and then found another exit in the upside down. And it was actually in Russia. And he came out that portal. And then when he came out, they captured him in Russia. The other theory is that the American in the cell is actually Eleven's dad.
Like Papa?
Papa. Because he's still alive.
Yeah.
Last season, the guy said he's still alive.
Yeah.
And no one knows where he is. So people think the only way they could have figured out this whole thing is if they had him.
Oh, okay.
Because he was the only one who knew about
Yeah.
all of that. So I was like, oh shit. So there has to be a season 4. And season 5 is still up in the air. But
basically, Hopper's not dead. I 100% believe that.
there's no way Hopper's dead.
No.
Like, if Hopper died, people would care. No one gave a fuck about Barb. I love all these shirts now that says "Justice for Barb." I'm like, dude, she died in like episode 3.
It's so funny though, because she died and then no one cared. So that's why they made those shirts, because it's
like
just
the
so
characters
funny.
didn't care.
The characters didn't care. Well, I mean,
Yeah, she died in the pool, right?
What's her name cared?
Didn't she die in the pool?
Nancy cared, but no one else cared.
Yeah, but no one cares about Nancy. Oh, I was just playing footsie with the dog. That was weird. Yeah, I don't know. The show's really fucking good, and I think it's like the one thing that's gonna. Oh man, with everything Netflix is losing coming up, like Friends, and they're losing The Office, and
They're losing The Office?
Yeah, you knew this.
I did not know
you
this.
You literally said this last week. Netflix is losing The Office?
No, I said Netflix is losing Friends?
Yeah, because what's happening is all of these networks are making their own streaming services.
So stupid.
And then it's basically just going to go back to cable, because what's going to happen is everyone's making their own streaming service, and then eventually someone will put all these streaming services together for one price, and it's just fucking cable again.
Yeah.
So
dumb.
Like now, like we have HBO and Netflix, which means
and Hulu,
and we'll get Disney
and Amazon Prime.
Oh, Jesus. We have HBO Go, Netflix, Hulu, and Amazon Prime. But Amazon Prime is necessary because...
Well, I have it because of shipping. Yeah. I don't have it for the videos.
So I could have gotten these today. Like, I had one-day shipping now available here.
And I know that you're pointing to me and saying I could have gotten these today, but no one knows what you're talking about.
Oh, so the new pop filters, I only got one for me. Because I wanted to test it out. They're really cheap, actually, surprisingly, on Amazon.
Anyway, you could have gotten them today.
But I didn't want to because we're leaving at 11:30. I didn't know what time they deliver.
Yes.
And so I just ordered them to be delivered next week. Okay. So, but Amazon Prime, that was unnecessary to tell you guys, but we did it anyway. So
super unnecessary.
Next, so basically, we'll get Disney Plus because you can add it to Hulu for like $5 a month. Sure. But HBO is now coming up with HBO Max. So now there's HBO, HBO Go, HBO Now, and HBO Max. And HBO Max is like TNT, Spike, all those.
What the fuck? It's so stupid.
Why isn't there a porn streaming? Oh, wait.
Porn is free.
Yeah,
Shut your
fucking
mouth.
It is streaming. It's on the internet
it's
already.
On the internet.
First one to do it. They're the first ones, man. These cable holders aren't very good. The cables keep coming out on my legs.
Okay. Nice.
And then, so there was something that, so first of all, let's talk about this. New Orleans is fucked again. Did you hear about this?
That there's a hurricane? There's always a hurricane.
Hurricane Barry. Is that a dig at Obama?
No.
Hurricane Barry is hit. It's like 75-mile-an-hour winds, and it's going to flood like everything.
75-mile-an-hour winds is nothing.
They said it's going to flood the river and cause $10 to $15 billion in damage.
Fun.
Guess what we don't have here in Arizona?
Anything?
We have stuff. We have hot stuff.
We literally
went and got bagels this morning at 9 a.m. and it was 100 out.
Yeah.
My foot is in his paw. So,
oh my God. Just one formed conscious thought from you, please.
Sorry, I just have a bunch of random things I always like to talk about, and it keeps it interesting because people don't know what we're going to talk about next. Oh, okay. Before we go on to the game we're going to play at the wedding, I wanted to tell you about something that I found last night because Amanda has been annoyed at me because I keep singing this.
It's not that you keep singing it. It's that you're literally obsessed with Billie Eilish now.
Okay, I'm not obsessed with a 17-year-old girl, okay? Don't be weird.
Obsessed.
Anyway, so I'm obsessed with her brother. Her brother is one of the greatest producers I've ever heard in my life. So, guess what this song is we're listening to? It is not Bad Guy by Billie Eilish. I found this last night. It is the greatest thing I've ever seen. Billie Eilish made a remix with Justin Bieber. How are you not reacting to this? This is the greatest thing I've ever heard in my life.
I don't understand.
It's so bad.
Wait, but that is Billie Eilish that we were just listening to.
Yes, she remade the song with Justin Bieber because she was such a fan. I mean, she's 17, so when Justin Bieber was huge, she was 13.
Justin Bieber has some hot tracks. What can you say?
Yeah, with the Chainsmokers. Anyway, it sounds trash. Let's get to his part. Let's see if I can find it really quick. Nope. 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 Okay. This sounds terrible.
Sing it, Justin. J. Biebs. Despacito. What the fuck?
Yeah, so everyone's making fun of this.
That's funny.
And look at the picture. This is the picture she put as a background. It was her in her bedroom, a picture taken when she was 13, and she's wearing a JoJo Siwa fucking bow, and she's got JB Believe.
J. Biebs all over her wall.
Oh my god, I did not expect this from her. So
don't hate. She wanted to make a remix with one of her idols. There's nothing wrong with that. People are so stupid. Just get over it.
So, well, that's not what people are making fun of. So people are making fun of what Justin Bieber does at 2 minutes and 40 seconds. So just listen to this. Wait. Is it? No, it's that. Okay. So people are like, did he just come? I think Justin Bieber's coming.
J. Biebs. So what if he is?
She's 17. It's illegal.
Oh my god. Justin Biebs is engaged, isn't he?
And he keeps saying the word icy and shit in this. He just randomly says icy. Let's see if we can. Let's see if we can hear it. He says it coming up here.
So icy?
So icy? What the fuck does so icy mean?
I don't know. It's some hip lingo that we're not aware of because we're old now.
Yeah. I don't know. Because I know what ice is. Drip. Swag.
What?
You know what drip is?
Yeah.
Okay. That's
unfortunately.
But ice is diamonds.
Yeah.
But this song has nothing to do with diamonds. It's just that's literally as useless as if right there it was just DJ Khaled. Or before this song starts, it's Mr. Worldwide. So fucking pointless. Oh my god. Okay.
It's funny.
I'm gonna get out
Now I want to listen to some J. Biebs.
a notebook here. I was doing some coding, but I'm gonna take out the last page so we can do this.
What are you doing?
I stole your pen, by the way.
I got that pen for free.
Okay. Okay. We'll make this easy.
So
9
we're playing
squares.
tic-tac-toe.
Nope. We are playing wedding bingo.
Oh, God.
But we're playing
That's not the right...
religious wedding bingo.
You need 5 things for bingo. B-I-N-G-O.
Yeah, but let's see if we can actually fill 9 squares. So what's a given? A given is Well, okay, because the middle square has to be given, right?
Yes.
Like it has to be a given. So I mean,
You just always get it.
we can do. How many do we have to add? Just like that to do 5 squares?
No, that's still 4.
No, I mean. Is that? Sorry, I'm drawing terribly.
No, it's
Is that
funny.
is that right?
Yes, that's 5
Okay.
squares.
So I do is in the middle because it might not be a given. The only way this weekend would get any better is if someone cried and ran away.
That's not going to happen.
Okay, so it's a given. I do.
Yes.
We should make another. We're gonna make another really easy one. Just if the word Jesus is said. Is that fair?
Sure.
Okay. Let's think of some more. So Jesus, if someone says Jesus, but then also, this is even better. If someone says out loud, praise Jesus.
No one's going to say that at this wedding.
Okay. Well, we don't know how religious some of the family members are. So
I do because I know all
now
the family.
let's do an impossible one to get. Breaks glass and says Mazel Tov.
Well, you could do that.
Yes, I may. So if they break glass and that's an instant win square. How about that? So we have our instant win square, which is
I don't think you know how to play bingo.
I don't. So if the super Christian
I feel
people
like
break
this should
glass, they
just
say
be
Mazel
like
Tov.
a drinking game, but we drink water.
Okay, so what's another? Of course, creepy uncle.
There's no creepy uncle. I know their entire family.
How many people are going to be at this wedding?
Probably like 80 to 100.
Okay, someone may have an uncle who's creepy. Creepy uncle. Oh, okay. How about dude who's just there to fuck?
There's gonna be no one.
You know, one of the groomsmen is just there to fuck.
No, I'm pretty sure all of the groomsmen are married.
When has that stopped anyone?
It usually stops people, especially when I know all of them.
Okay, dude who just wants to be there. Ooh. So how about girl who's a date and dressed inappropriately? How's that one? Inappropriate. So
Okay.
a girl who's a date of someone, so they don't know the family,
Okay.
and she's dressed inappropriately. Oh, older woman also wearing a white dress. That's perfect. Let's see here. Guy or girl, because we don't discriminate, who got drunk before the wedding.
That'll be us.
I know, that's why it's a free square. Okay. Who got drunk before the wedding? Ooh. Should we put jealous ex-girlfriend in there or no?
No, he's not inviting any of his jealous ex-girlfriends.
Any of his ex-girlfriends?
No.
How about come on, throw some ideas out here. What are we gonna see at a religious wedding?
It's literally just going to be a normal wedding without alcohol.
So it's gonna be a quinceañera.
No.
Even those have
They
alcohol.
have alcohol with those.
Oh, it's Seattle,
Some
right? It's
thirsty girl's gonna catch the bouquet.
it's Seattle, right? So
A thirsty religious girl who just wants to fuck is
sec.
gonna catch the bouquet.
someone in
You're not even listening to
I
me.
know. Well, because I have to write this one down first. That's a good one. But it's Seattle. So
It's not Seattle.
well, it's Washington.
Okay.
So someone in a what are those shirts called that everyone wears in Seattle? The plaid.
Flannel?
Yeah, someone in a flannel suit.
No one is gonna be in a flannel suit.
It's Seattle. Oh, and then or beanie. Or a
No
beanie.
one is gonna wear a beanie to a
It's
wedding.
Seattle, you don't know. How about just thirsty bitches?
No.
Thirsty bitch.
There's just going to be a thirsty bitch who's been dating her boyfriend for 4 years since college, and she wants to get married desperately so she can have sex. She's going to catch the bouquet. She's going to beat some bitches to
What
catch
about
the bouquet.
the only fat girl that catches the bouquet?
No, we're not. No, shut up.
Well, I'm just saying. Okay.
No.
So girl catches bouquet and stares her boyfriend down. And then he runs. No. Oh, I got a good one. This is a hard one, but I've seen it happen at weddings. Bride or groom accidentally drops rings.
Yeah, I can see Cody doing that.
Yep.
Let's see here. There's going to be an awkward Bible verse reading before vows are said by some family member or friend.
Awkward Bible verse that mentions Sodom and Gomorrah.
No, it'll be like the usual love is patient, love is kind bullshit.
What about the priest says till death do us part and one of them goes,
No, that's
okay.
not going to happen.
How about someone or groom says his vows and says something funny and bride snorts?
No. Groom cries while saying
Oh,
vows.
yeah, that's an
he
easy
for
one.
sure will.
Did my brother? No.
No, he was very...
He was hilarious.
He wasn't hilarious. His vows were sweet.
My best man speech was fucking legit.
Okay, let's move on. I think I know who the best man is.
Ooh, this is easy. This is
the best
easy.
man speech is gonna suck.
Oh, that's a good one. Best man speech sucks
Sucks ass.
cock.
Oh wow, you went farther.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, I got one. Groom wearing silly socks.
They're gonna have bugs on them for sure.
Yep. Okay, we got a few more squares to fill. Wow, this is actually really good. I should actually type this out and send it to like Johnny and his girlfriend. We can all play this. Okay, let's see. Oh God. Oh.
They're gonna do some stupid tradition like planting a tree or
No.
or filling sand.
Dance floor?
There is no dance floor.
What do you mean?
There's no dance floor. There's no dancing.
At the reception?
Yeah.
Is that like against Jesus' will or something?
No, I just think it costs money and they didn't want to do it, and Adventists don't dance.
So what's the reception?
Food and fun. There's probably going to be games.
Damn it. I was going to say dance floor is only filled with the children of people. You know, it's always there's like the 6-year-olds on the
Well,
dance
I'm
floor.
wondering if the bride and groom will just have like an awkward first dance and that's it.
Yeah, but awkward for dances is always a thing. So that's just like a free square. I don't want to do a free square again. Oh God. Oh. Ooh. Oh. Oh.
Oh, what?
Oh. Bride or groom spills something on their clothes.
No, I hope not.
Well, I don't either, but it's a square. Okay, so they spill something on their clothes.
Okay.
Okay. God, we only have like a few more squares.
What do you bet the bride walks down the aisle to? Like what song?
Photograph by Nickelback. Look at this photograph.
No!
This bride is really fucking
I will punch it
something
in the throat.
ass. I don't know.
I'm gonna say
Ooh.
it'll be strings of some sort. Like just it won't be like an actual song. It'll be
Praise be.
No.
No?
It'll probably just be like the usual what is it? Canon in D, or is that the graduation one?
Is that Mozart?
The Bride March. Canon in D is not Mozart.
Who is it?
I think it's Bach.
Wow, it's one of the pianists. Don't fucking look at me like that. I didn't say Billie Eilish. It's Billie Eilish and Justin Bieber, right?
That's what she's walking down the aisle to.
Canon in D, written by Pipe Masters.
Oh, God.
All right. God, let's think of one more. I'm trying to think of a good one.
Oh, best man makes an innuendo about them fucking for the first time in his best man speech.
Oh, God, yes. Okay. Best man talks about P in the V. Okay. Ooh, I got one. this will be perfect because Johnny's girlfriend's a model. Mm-hmm. So we should make a square that says, bridesmaids stare down Johnny's girlfriend in jealousy.
I highly doubt it, but no.
What about, because we don't know what the wedding dress looks like, right?
No.
Okay. So it's a Christian wedding, very Christian wedding, but we don't know if it shows any cleavage. So that should be a square.
Oh, cleavage or no cleavage?
Cleavage? That's our new Netflix special. Cleavage or no cleavage? And then bulge or no bulge? No, just kidding. A groom gets hard after kiss. No, I'm just kidding.
Oh my God, no.
Groom talks about his pet shrimp during speech.
Would not be surprised.
This dude has pet shrimp, just so you know. No, I'm not talking lobsters. I'm talking shrimp.
They're freshwater
They're
shrimp.
freshwater shrimp. This guy named them. He has freshwater shrimp.
He didn't name them.
You didn't name them?
No, because I asked him if he named them, and he said no, they're like by colony or something.
I don't even...
He's an entomologist. He studies bugs for a living. He's the most interesting person.
Oh my God. Okay. Let's think. Okay. Do we, is there any more we can think of, or is that?
I think that's good.
Okay. So we have, let's go over this really quick. Okay. So we have the word Jesus is said. That's going to be a given.
Mm-hmm. You can't even read your own handwriting right now.
No, I wrote it way too fast. Anyone who came drunk before the wedding. Then we have the thirsty bitch, who that's a different one from the one who stares her boyfriend down. So thirsty bitch is just the bitch who's like wants to dance with a bunch of dudes, or there's no dance floor. She's the only single girl, and it's like she's just, her parents are very disappointed that she's not married yet. Then there's the girl who catches the flowers and then stares her boyfriend down. We have someone in a flannel suit or beanie for Seattle. We have the dude who's just there to fuck. We have the creepy uncle. I feel like that's a given. We have the older woman who accidentally wore a white dress. That was in quotes. We have the best man's speech sucks giant fucking cock, which that's a given. We have the girl... we have the girl who was a date of one of the guys who's just dressed a little too inappropriately. We have I do in the middle because, that's a 90% chance. You never know what's going to happen. Then we have the bride or groom accidentally drops the rings when they're trying to put them on each other, which is a bad omen, by the way.
Is it?
No, but if it happens, I'm going to go...
No, you are not.
So we have groom wearing silly socks. That looks like it's going to be a given. We have the awkward Bible verse. That's a given. Here. Since that's a given, we have to make it harder. Awkward Bible verse and Brad doesn't snicker. So if I don't go, then it's a square. Groom cries while saying his vows. It sounds like the guy owns shrimp, so that's going to happen. We have cleavage or no cleavage for the wedding dress. That is one no one can tell yet. Not even the groom. So, breaks glass and mazel tov. This is a hard one. It could happen.
Highly doubt it, but okay.
I may
bring your own.
Bring a glass, and right when they say I do, I just step on it and scream mazel tov. I think that would bring a lot of luck to their wedding. So, bride or groom spills food on their clothes. That may happen. Let's see. Best man talks about the P and the V for the first time. Have they not had sex?
No.
Are they both virgins?
Mm-hmm.
Seriously?
Yes.
How old are they?
27?
Oh my God, I would have killed myself.
Oh my God.
And then the last one we have is it has to be said as such. Praise Jesus.
That's not going to happen. It actually could happen.
Yeah, that's why I put it. So that's wedding bingo. From
that's
the
not actually bingo because Brad doesn't know how to play bingo.
Yeah, there's no middle square if we do it like this. But
it doesn't matter. It's not a real game.
Well, fuck you too. Okay, guys. We have 1 hour before we have to leave.
We have less than an hour.
Just make shit up with me. So we have a little bit before we have to leave for the airport.
Oh my God, I have to pee.
So we are going to cut this podcast at 40 minutes today. It looks like it's about 40 minutes. That's a good, healthy podcast for the morning time. But we will fill you in with all the juicy details about the wedding. And one of the things maybe I'll do is next week, since we're going to this wedding with Johnny, maybe we'll have him on the podcast next week, call in, so we can talk about the wedding.
Sounds like a plan.
Johnny's friends with him too?
Yeah, we all grew up
Okay,
together.
perfect. So you guys can all make fun of him and it's okay because you're his friend.
Yeah.
Maybe we can have him on too so he can defend himself. No, I'm sure it'll be beautiful. It's out in the middle of god-awful nowhere.
It's in a very pretty place.
Yeah,
it's
I know.
in like a Bavarian village.
I know, but it's just like we have to drive so far. And I have to sit in a car for 2 hours in a suit.
Oh, you poor baby.
Listen to audiobooks or something, not sponsored. So, guys, thank you very much for listening to another episode of the Hot Pat of Coffee podcast. We love you very much. Make sure to like, subscribe, share. We are now on iTunes. Well, Apple Podcasts, because iTunes doesn't exist anymore. It's actually just Apple
Rip
Music.
iTunes.
Apple Podcasts, Spotify, iHeartRadio, YouTube. YouTube's for the people who literally don't have a phone because then they can just go on their website and we just post the audio.
Yep. Okay.
Anyway, guys, we love you very much. We will catch you next week. Peace.
Bye.